Yeah, apologize for the delay. Everybody who's watching on YouTube and Twitter, reason why it was delayed was I was in the bathroom. I'll be completely honest, and
Insane way.
I mean, honestly, I hit up Mies. I was like, "Hey, man, let's rip it at 5:40," and then 5:39 came, and it was a rain delay, but we're back now, and what's good, baby? Hey, great way to start the pod, especially after a nice little win against the Sacramento A's. They're calling them the Triple A's, but we got the dub, man. We got the dub. Randy V today was awesome. Bullpen's been great. Yesterday was probably the sketchiest game of the season, given the Tatis and Crone injuries. Cease was throwing fucking the best meatballs that Sacramento's ever seen. But I got to talk baseball with my brother Mike Devine. The sun's shining and life is good. So, Mies, what's good, Pops?
What's good, bro?
Just living chilling, bro.
Living well, another series win. No complaints. I agree. People in the chat saying they don't believe what Mike Schultz saying until Toddy's in the lineup on Friday. I'm with you. I won't lie. I also will say I don't see why what he gets out of lying about that, right? So I guess we'll just have to hold our breath a little bit until we see him back in the lineup, right?
Yeah, and I mean honestly, dude, if he misses Friday against the Rockies, is that a lot of sweat off our back? They would have put him on the IL today if he was hurt. Let's be completely honest. They put Merrill on the IL. It's not like they're trying to hide that. Connor Joe easily could have came up if Crone says that he was cramping up, obviously got pegged. Or I got to stop saying he got pegged too, because people keep fucking commenting that and they're like, "What did you say?" So you got hit by a pitch. I've always said pegged, and now there goes Mies. But yeah, I mean, it was an interesting. Yesterday sucked. I did the playback stream. Vibes were just low. Obviously, we start off with that Manny homer, which was sick, and then Dylan Cease just looked like absolute dog shit. Our starting pitching has been a little sketch, especially if what I'm about to say might be true, Mike. And I wonder if you agree with me right now.
I'm listening.
Through 3 starts for pretty much our entire rotation, almost our entire rotation. I know Nick Pivetta and Kyle Hart are coming. I'd say right now, Randy Vasquez has been our best starter.
Yeah. I mean,
right? Bro, Randy Vasquez, if he learns to limit just a few, so if he walks probably 4 or 5 guys a game, right? If he can make that 2 guys a game, he's legitimately not bad. Like, I would actually consider him goodish. If he's your number 5 when Yu Darvish comes back,
yeah,
that's a good number 5, because guess what? Randy Vasquez gives you a shot to win. Even when he doesn't have his best stuff, he'll go 5 innings. It'll be a sketchy 5 innings, but he'll give up 3 runs.
Yeah, I mean, he has been a bit of a magician as it relates to getting out of some of these jams that he puts himself in. I'm a little worried that eventually the luck's gonna run out a little bit.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it's like today, for example, you get into that jam. Was this when Candelita made that nice play? Was Randy pitching then?
Yeah.
Like, that's a great play, right? Like, that's like you walk a lot of guys. Eventually, it will catch up to you. But
that's the run that scored. The run that scored was a walk.
Yeah, if he manages to continue this kind of not flukish but ridiculous method of getting out of jams, like ride it until don't fear the heater. Ride it out until it stops.
Our buddy Sam McDermott.
I'd say confidence level right now out of our starting pitching, I'm going number 1, Michael King.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy. Number 2, Nick Pivetta.
No, I would say the same.
Number 3, I'll go with Dylan Cease. Number 4, Randy Vasquez. And number 5, Kyle Hart.
I don't think that's crazy at all. That's not ridiculous to say. Yeah,
I don't know. I just don't know if I trust Randy that much.
Yeah, I mean, I look at Randy Vasquez as a 5 starter. And for being a 5 starter, he's been good. At least
He's been great. He's a 5-starter.
Great. Exactly. Sam McDermott, great question or great point. Only thing that worries me about Randy Vasquez is a lack of swing and miss. He's bound to get rocked sooner than later. That's kind of what we were saying a little bit is like, hey, like that'll probably happen sooner than later. That being said, if he keeps giving us decent starts where we're not out of the game, guys, it literally just needs to be with our bullpen. And if we get Tatis and Crone back and they're playing like how they're playing and Merrill comes back against the Astros, not this weekend, but next, our bullpen is so good that all you need your starter to do is give you like 5 innings with 3 runs. Literally, that's it. Your bullpen's not going to give up more than 2 runs in a game. So if your offense can come to the table and get things happening, like I think people underestimate how important it is to have an absolute all-star bullpen. Like we have an all-star bullpen.
Yeah.
And we're not even with Sean Reynolds. We're not even with, Brian Hoeing. We have guys coming. Francis Pena, Bradley Rodriguez. Like we have an arm farm. We have an arm farm in the pen right now. And every dude, you go 6th inning, Adrian Morejon. Oh yeah, just a casual little lefty that sits fucking 97 with a wipeout slider. Good luck.
He's disgusting.
Then you go to Chella Jerry, where if you're like one of these baseball nerds, Chella Jerry is like your fucking Dua Lipa, how much you love Chella Jerry, bro. He is an absolute stud. He gives up that home run on Friday or on Monday night to Tyler Soderstrom. What does he do? He didn't freak out. He didn't do anything. He just locks the fuck in, gets the next 3 outs. Boom, we win the game. See, that's the difference. That's the difference between a good reliever who knows his shit's fucking fire and a reliever that's not necessarily sure of himself. Jason Adam, it's been a week and a half, 2 weeks of the season. I feel like this guy's been in a big spot every single time he's pitching, and he always gets the guy out. And Robert Schwartz has been untouchable. 2 games this series, 1-run games. Robert Schwartz comes in. 1 fluke walk to Tyler Soderstrom today. Next pitch, double play.
Mm-hmm.
First game when we were there, Mike, they couldn't even touch him. It was like me and you up there. Bullpen. Our bullpen is absolutely nasty. So when you have a nasty bullpen and you have guys who are coming off injury that are going to come into that bullpen, even guys like Wandy Peralta and Yuki. I know Yuki gives up the occasional Nuki, but Wandy is legit. Like we have a really good pen. So then you look at the starters. Michael King, last season, someone mentioned it, didn't start off like Michael King of, May through September or October. Michael King, I'm not worried about in the slightest. Dylan Cease, I will be completely honest, and I know it sounds funny. I really do think he needs to shave the beard, dude. He needs to shave the beard. He needs to switch the mojo up, shave that shit, lock in, dude. Honestly, Dylan Cease.
You think so? You think the beard is the catalyst there?
This is my message to Dylan Cease. Brother, you're about to get paid a lot of money. That being said, if you low-key suck this year, you're losing
a lot.
50 to 100 mil. Because guess what? Those first 3 starts are not a $200 million a year starter. Let's be great. Hey, let's call a spade a spade. So you shave the fucking beard. You go talk to Ruben. You're like, I got to figure this out. Because guess what? Everyone in life goes through shit. Everyone in life goes through a little adversity, especially in sports. You just see it a lot more because you're playing games in front of people. Everybody goes through stuff. The difference between dogs and pussies are the dogs go in, they shave their beard, they ask Ruben, what do I need to figure out? Then the next start, he goes in, he gives us 7 innings, 9 Ks, 1 earned run, and we just absolutely dominate. And then he starts rolling. Dylan Cease is a good pitcher. He is. He's a good pitcher. That being said, that game last night, he was either tipping his pitches or mentally something happened and then he just gave up. And that can't happen. Because guess what? I'm not confident in a big game with Dylan Cease on the bump for my Padres. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I mean, there's pitchers in the past that we've seen that are slow starters that bounce back and have great seasons. Yesterday, I don't want to say it was a fluke because he got rocked, but like that was kind of a fluky start.
Bro, he got. It wasn't even it wasn't like walks and stuff. It was like, dude, it was hard contact.
That's why I think he was tipping because they were jumping on every first pitch fastball like it was their life's mission. Like there's something going on there. But like shit happens, and if it becomes a trend, hey man, one it's a bad sign for us, but it's also maybe you get a cheaper extension done because Dylan Cease is a good pitcher. He's a good pitcher. He's going to be fine. But that was a tough start. And there's going to be games where we just get our shit pumped. Like that's kind of the way baseball works. That was a game where we got our shit pumped. And it's refreshing a little bit, it's not fun to watch, but that was one of those games where we were talking about it after the Cubs series. We're flying a little too close to the sun where everything's going too well. Pinch me. I got to wake up from this dream. And yesterday was a bit of a wake up.
Yesterday was you're still a San Diego sports fan.
Yeah. Before the game, Merrill goes on the IL. During the game, Crone and Tatis both yanked. Not great. And Dylan Cease gives up 9 runs. All
After
around.
a 3-run lead.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I think and this is Spin Zone. My take is never give Dylan Cease a 3-run lead. It doesn't seem to work out when you give him the 3-run lead. Maybe you got to come from behind with Dylan Cease. Maybe, we're giving him leads. He gets out there and starts getting a little loose with the fastball. Boom, 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 like fucking Big AJ and Big Justice.
It's only 3 runs. If you have to get either more than 3 or less than 3, and then he'll be good to go. But 3-run leads, it sparks something in his mind where he just throws meatballs, bro. Someone says cronies and buns. Who was telling you cronies and buns? Guys, I will say there's one man on this podcast right now. There's one man in the baseball /San Diego Padres community that's been telling you for a while to ease up on the hate of Jake Cronenworth and Xander Bogaerts. And trust me, when I posted that video on Instagram, a lot of people were calling us pussies. He gets paid $280 million. He gets paid $280 million. I'm allowed to get mad as all you want. Yes, you are. It's still annoying. It's still annoying. Hey, you're allowed to say whatever you want. It's still annoying. Xander Bogaerts, this series, raked. Fucking doubles. What? Xander's not going to hit us 30 home runs. But if he gives us a 270 average with 810 OPS, 15 homers, and he fucking walks and plays an okay shortstop, that's a good year. That's all we need from him. Guess what? It's a bad contract regardless. Just own up to it. Shit happens. In reality, the Merrill extension makes the Xander contract a little bit better because guess what? The Merrill contract would have been, if Xander got paid what he should have and Merrill got paid what he should have, probably would have been the same amount of money. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
So you just, what is it? Negative times negative equals positive, right? You cancel that bitch out. And now let's just fucking root for our guys. Mike, what's your take after one series? Because we all know it's only one series that counts. After going out in support of Xander Bogaerts and Jake Cronenworth and them having, obviously Crone got hurt, but hit that huge homer in game 1. What's your take?
Before this series started, in Chicago, Wynn pushed in a couple balls that I thought should have been home runs. Before the series started, I said that he's hitting the ball hard and to keep the faith in these guys. First AB for Crone in Sacramento, moonshot. Line drive from Xander. Guys, what do we need to succeed this year? We need those two guys to have solid seasons. Doesn't have to be superstar seasons.
No.
You can make the argument, Xander Bogaerts is making 20. Get over the contract. Get over the contract, guys. Guess what? Complaining's not going to bring it down 15 mil. He's making that much money. So let's just hope that he at least puts up solid production. And this has been above average production. He's hitting the ball well. He's not coming up to the plate right now. And I'm thinking to myself, well, all right, there's an out, right? Like a guy like, maybe last year, Xander comes up to the plate with a guy on base. And I'm thinking, shit, this isn't good. He's going to ground into a double play. Today, I'm waiting for Xander to come up. I'm excited for a Xander Bogaerts at bat because I think he's back, dude. I think he's hitting the ball hard. He's squaring baseballs up. The homers aren't going to be there. Xander Bogaerts is not a 30 home run guy. Okay, so don't be sitting on your couch thinking, when is he going to break out with a 30-plus homer season? Let's hope for 15. Okay, let's hope for 15 with like a 755-plus OPS and 30 doubles. Fantastic season.
Fantastic. Guys, this is a good baseball team. It just is a good baseball team because if Yu Darvish comes back, that makes either Kyle Hart or Randy Vasquez, and then we have guys like Steven Cole. Like, I trust, and I loved your point, Mike. Dylan Cease start yesterday. That was eyewash. That is, Holy shit. That being said, Max Scherzer had a start in a year where he almost won the Cy Young, and he gave up a fucking grand slam to a reliever. Sometimes starters have absolutely shitty starts. And it's hard to watch when it's one of your guys, especially when your team gives you a 3-0 lead. Just like Max Scherzer, I think we came back in that game of the Slam Arena. I think we were down like 8-1 or maybe less, but it was a crazy game. Trent Grisham walk-off. You have Max Scherzer on the bump in that game in 2021. You think you're going to win. And that was kind of like last night. And guess what? It happens. We lost. We still won the series. And Dylan Cease will come back. I do think he should shave the beard, but he'll come back. Michael King, stud. Rumors are Yu Darvish might come back at the end of the season. So, or no, not at the end of the season, end of the month, I heard. Someone tweeted that at us. I don't know if that's true. Also, before we get into a little other thing, I want to shout out Dara. Manny will end up being a 28 to 38 home run guy, 100 plus RBIs. I'd move that 38 to maybe about 32, but
38. Manny Machado, Dara. If Manny Machado hits 38 home runs, we will buy you a Manny Machado jersey because 100%. That would be the most incredible. I don't want to say it would be surprising because Manny's Manny, but
it would be surprising.
Starting the first 13 games with only one bomb and then going off for the last like 150 with 37. It would be impressive. It would be impressive.
I would be surprised. But I do agree, and I always go back to his quote, even though it was kind of a douchey quote. He's like, look at the back of my baseball card. Look at the back of my baseball card. And every time Manny's like, man, he's not really hitting for power. He's not doing all that shit. Hey, Manny's a speed guy now. He's like fucking has 7 steals. Manny will end up the season, like Mike said and like Dara said. He'll probably hit like 27 homers, but he might have 30 steals. And guess what? Yep. Manny Machado's not a guy I worry about. There's guys you worry about, and there's guys that are good baseball players and are real legit baseball players. And you don't have to stress about. That's why Xander was teetering towards a guy you were worrying about. And now it looks like Xander is kind of back into his own groove. Pray for health. And that's why we named this, and we're going to get into this right now. Pray for health, because as we're seeing across all of Major League Baseball, I saw Zach Eflin just went on the IL. Justin Steele went on the IL. Pitchers are getting hurt like crazy. Everybody gets hurt, right? It's fucking brutal. But that's baseball. Depth is huge. Our depth is a little sketch. There are some guys I'm excited to see. But health as well. Jackson Merrill going down with an injury blows. There's no DSG positivity spin zone to that. That sucks. Jackson Merrill's our guy. When he's on the team, I feel way more confident about every single game. That being said, injury in April, hey, no need to push it, J-Man. You're good, Pops. Honestly, you're good. We're fucking 10-3, and he'll be back in a week. So why it's like, oh man, we really need him against the Rockies at home. You should beat the Rockies at home without Jackson Merrill. It's fine. Like, that's okay. Cronenworth, dude's been playing great baseball. Gets pegged against the Cubs. Thank God that injury last night. I thought he tore his fucking hamstring or something, dude. And it's looking like Crone will be back on Friday night. The big question mark, and the one that everybody who's a true Padres fan is nervous about, and understandably so, is Toddy. We saw that swing yesterday, and that looked like a very similar swing to we saw in 2021 or 2023 when he fell on the ground and was grabbing his shoulder and had to get the surgery in like worst nightmare scenario. I brought it up on Twitter yesterday, obviously, with everything that went down in the Dominican Republic yesterday and that tragedy. You could tell how big of a deal. I think now over 100 people passed away in that nightclub incident, like genuine tragedy. That on top of, the game was a little out of reach, looked like he hurt himself a little bit. That's another situation where you're like, bro, take your time, man. 162 games. Guys, baseball isn't the sport now where you're going to have a guy play. It's not Cal Ripken's time anymore. There's no Ironmans. It's fine. If a guy's not feeling 100%, I'd much rather them. I need, with this team, this is a playoff team. Look at it as a playoff team, 100%. If we win the NL West somehow, fantastic. But I'm looking at this team as a 4-5 seed in the playoffs. All I need is on October 2nd at Petco Park or at fucking, Philly, wherever we're playing. I need everyone healthy. If everybody's healthy on that day, that's all I care about. If Yu Darvish is healthy on that day, perfect. And we're there. I don't give a fuck if he pitches one inning. I need our guys healthy on that day. So Toddy, play it safe with all these guys. I know it sucks because we want to watch him and we want to see him hit the homers and all that stuff. But we have to play it somewhat safe because the worst case scenario is you rush Tatis back on the field and he fucks himself up and he's out. And without Tatis, there's an energy he brings, not even just being a great baseball player. There's a certain energy he brings to the table where it makes it more exciting to watch the game. And when that's gone, it sucks for the fan base. It sucks for the team. And, it's a huge bummer. So hopefully he's all right. I know that was a little rant, but Mies, what's your take on the injuries and just kind of the injury bug that I'm kind of seeing right now?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to push the panic button. Teams go through injuries. It's pretty typical. As long as Toddy just tweaked it and it's nothing structurally done, right, which would obviously be known by now, I would assume.
Yeah.
Give him a few days off. If he takes the series off versus the Rockies, he takes the series off. It's not do or die moments right now. You're spot on, man. It's like if this was September, I would be shitting my pants. It's the beginning of April. Give him the time he needs to heal up the shoulder. Maybe tweak it. Listen, people tweak shit all the time. You could tweak something in the gym. It doesn't mean that just because you got hurt before, this is like a life-threatening injury.
Yeah.
People tweak shit, right? You hurt your hamstring. Merrill's 21 years old. He tweaked his hamstring. He's on the IL. Shit happens. Listen, it's the way it goes. Does it suck? As a fan, it does because you want to watch these guys play, right? Like it does. But it also gives guys like Oscar Gonzalez a little bit of time so that he can maybe come in. So listen, if you're Oscar Gonzalez, right, this is your opportunity because you're going to get ABs. Those guys, Toddy and Jackson Merrill, are going to be back.
Yeah.
Right? They're going to be back. But there are a few people on this roster that you could bump off if you play well, right? If you're hitting the shit out of the baseball, you're going to force Schilt's hand a little bit to be like, all right, who are we going? Are we putting him back down in the minors? Or are we going to DFA a guy like Gurriel? So like that's the beauty of this is it's almost like, and not to shit on the Rockies, like if we were playing the Dodgers this weekend, I would be like bummed because I want to face them at full strength, right? But playing the Rockies, if you manage to take 2 out of 3 versus the Rockies, we'll take that at home 99% of the time.
Absolutely.
We should. We got our boy Bush on the team. The team is not good. The Rockies are not a good baseball team. Their bullpen is dog water, right? Their bullpen's dog water. They do have some bats on it, but their bullpen's really bad. So I'm just saying it's not the worst series for Toddy and Cronenworth to be healing up a little bit, and then Merrill's on the IL. Like it could be worse. And obviously, I don't want to jinx anything by saying it could be worse. Who knows, man? Sometimes, the Padres have done this before. They've said that an injury is not that serious, and then you see on Friday afternoon, Fernando Tatis is on the 10-day IL. Shit happens. I will be very, very sad if that does happen, but I don't think that if it does happen, it's the end-all, be-all of the season. I think this team is really good. I think the bullpen is really good. If you are able to give that pen a 1 to 2 run lead by the 7th inning, I will be surprised if they don't win baseball games.
100%.
They're locked down. This reminds me of like early 2010 Padres bullpens where you got like Mike Adam, Luke Gregerson, Heath Bell. Shut the door. Like you give them a lead. There's a reason that 2010 team was one of the worst fucking looking lineups of all time, and they managed to win 90 games because of the bullpen. You can get by with a shitty or with a not so great lineup. Because if Xander Bogaerts plays the way he's been playing, and if Manny's been hitting, and you have the sprinkler's always going to get hits, right? That's just who he is. You can scratch across 3 to 4 runs a night without Tatis and Merrill in the lineup.
100%.
So and it's that, as long as Dylan Cease isn't going out there and getting shelled for 9 runs, and you're holding it to 2 to 3 runs as a starter, You should win the game. They should win games.
They're a good team. There's a reason why they were the first team in baseball to win 10 games. I mean, guys, this is a very good baseball team. There's obviously things that, every team can improve on. I just watched the Dodgers game today. I watched the Giants game today. Every team has some weak spots. And especially with injuries, people assume that your team's going to look like a fucking all-star team when you get injured. That's just not how baseball works. It's not. Oscar Gonzalez, great point on him. Also, I got to give Dara a shout out before we go into Oscar. Dara, thank you for the donation. She says, I'm very surprised our minor league depth is holding it down on both sides of the ball. Sucks that Yuli and Jay Hay are rotting on our bench. I would say Jay Hay is actually kind of an interesting guy because, Jay Hay as a fifth outfielder actually doesn't piss me off too much. That's fine. He seems like a vet, and it seems like people like him. And he actually has had a couple balls that were hit hard. If he ends up getting DFA'd later in the season, it happens, whatever. Yuli will get DFA'd soon. He just doesn't bring anything to the squad. Point on Yuli is, my bad, Dara. Sorry, I said she. I meant to say he. Sorry about that. Thoughts on Oscar Gonzalez? So for Oscar, your point was spot on. This is the time. And it kind of brings me back to 2020 when Eric Hosmer got the shits. And the kid that we got in the Tommy Pham deal, Jake Cronenworth, who we were like, oh, he's going to be a pitcher. He's going to be a hitter. We don't know what the hell is with this curly-headed fuck. And he comes in and he plays first base for Eric Hosmer when Hosmer had the shits. And he balled out. And we're like, who is this guy? This guy's kind of dope. I like this dude, Crone. And then the Crone zone happens. And boom, he's a guy.
Yeah.
Oscar Gonzalez was actually pretty decent with the Guardians. It wasn't like this guy. He had a good year. He hit the ball really hard. Bounced around a couple other teams. His biggest issue was he K'd too much. And what he hasn't done in the minors so far with the Pods, it's been 2 weeks. What he didn't do in spring training and what he didn't do today, he didn't strike out. He hits the ball hard. He swings the bat fast. So if you hit the ball hard consistently, it will find holes. He got us one of those runs today. Found a hole. JJ Bleday dove. We won the game by 1 run. Oscar Gonzalez, Gavin Sheets, our guy Derry Bonds, love him to death. There was a couple opportunities he didn't come through. Oscar Gonzalez is like, I got you, Derry. I'm going to come through. And guess what? That's what a good team does. Oscar Gonzalez is a dude. I tweeted it earlier. It's not even one of these hopefully he could fluke together a couple good weeks. Bro, he is actually good.
He's a dog.
He's actually good. I would say in a weird way, if like I said with Toddy, it's dude, Toddy, take your time because I'd love to see Oscar get some fucking ABs, especially if it's a lefty on the bump. So who are we playing in Colorado? We probably got, I think Sensatella pitched today.
Yep.
Who is pitching today?
We'll probably face Freeland at the end of the weekend. I would assume
so Kyle Freeland, I would start Oscar Gonzalez against 100%.
Dude, fuck that. Start him against who else are you going to play?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Also,
if Tatis and Cronenworth aren't playing, Oscar Gonzalez should play the entire series. He hits the ball so hard. He hits the ball so hard.
Giannis, great Twitter follow, posted a tweet today, and it was great. I think his ball, one of his singles today, Oscar Gonzalez, he hit it at 110 miles per hour off the bat. They looked at the StatCast on the last time Yuli Gurriel has hit a ball that hard. Guess what year, Mike?
2018.
2017. Mike, you were were you a sophomore in college?
2017, at the beginning of the year, I was a freshman. At the end of the year, I was a sophomore.
Crazy.
Nuts.
So
I haven't gone to a class in 6 years.
That was a long time ago. Oscar Gonzalez is in his prime, man. We might have found, because what's the reality with a guy like Oscar Gonzalez and Gavin Sheets? If they can end up being valuable players, and by valuable, someone tweeted at us today, this guy was like, and I don't know if he was being joking or not. He's like, I think you guys cursed Gavin Sheets with the Derry Bonds nickname. We didn't curse Derry Bonds, or we didn't curse Gavin Sheets. Gavin Sheets is a guy that hits the ball hard and he's going to case sometimes. That being said, Gavin Sheets also came through today with a fucking sack fly. Don't expect, guys, I think Mike's best point and one of the best points on the podcast of the last year was when he said, your expectations will kill you. Don't expect shit. If you think Gavin Sheets is going to actually be Barry Bonds, you're in for a bad time. That being said, he hits the ball hard and he can run into one, which is much better than a lot of other guys that were on our team.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a good time to be a Pods fan, even though yesterday was a bad time to be a Pods fan.
Dude,
you got anything else?
I'll tell you what, there's going to be more games like that. That's not the only time we're getting shit pumped this year. It's just the way it's going to work. Marquez, Dollander, and probably Freeland. I like those matchups. Listen, I would like to see, and I understand Tatis is probably not going on the IL. I would like to see some fresh blood in here, man. Like, you got to get Yuli Gurriel off this team, man. You got to get him off the team. I get he hit a double yesterday. Saw a tweet today. Somebody, I wish I had their at so I could at them. But they said Oscar Gonzalez has already tied Yuli Gurriel for hits this season. Oscar Gonzalez, he got called up yesterday. Like, what are we doing?
He got called up yesterday in like the second inning.
Dude, and why are we sitting here expecting something different? What are we doing? Like, he's not he had a 640 OPS last year. He had a 630 OPS the year before. He had a 640 OPS the year before that. What do you think he's going to just break out with an 820 fucking OPS? He's 40 years old, dude. Like, it's not going to happen. Why not bring up Tirso? He's on the 40, man.
Tirso had a homer today.
If there's one time for Tirso or Nellis to come up and get that opportunity, it's the same as Oscar Gonzalez. It's right now. Center field, open. Right field, open. Listen, I don't want Toddy. You said it best. I don't want Toddy to rush back from this injury. I don't want him to keep swinging and then, he tweaks it again, and then the next time it's a little bit worse.
Yeah.
The good news, I will say, is that Corbin Carroll has always had the same kind of shoulder situation.
And he's a beast.
And he had the subluxation or whatever last year and was able to come back and play. So hopefully, they're both able to stay healthy. But I mean, like, dude, if there's a time to bring him up and have him play, it's right now. Why are we giving at bats? No disrespect. Jason Hayward's probably a great clubhouse guy. I would rather see Tirso get ABs.
100%.
The ceiling on Jason Hayward and Yuli Gurriel is, where it's at. You don't know where the ceiling is on guys like Oscar Gonzalez or Tirso or Nellis yet. See, it doesn't mean that it's unlimited. It just means you don't know. So why not give them an opportunity when your two best players are out? This is when you give opportunities to guys. Give them an opportunity.
So
off days tomorrow, Matt. Off days tomorrow. You can make a move tomorrow. Yeah. Back home.
I think it's
from El Paso.
I think it's really interesting because it really just comes down to this, right? And I want to come up with. I think before we end this episode, we got to come up with a name of like what we're going to call these guys, right? So there's commercial break guys, right? Where Yuli Gurriel is like a commercial break guy, right? Like he's at the dish, and like if they don't get cut to commercial soon enough, you're like, all right, whatever. I miss Yuli's at bat. And then there's guys that you want to see hit. Oscar Gonzalez is the guy I want to see hit. Gavin Sheets is a guy I want to see hit. There's dudes there. Jason Hayward, commercial break guy. You're like, hey, Jay, what's the best he's gonna do? Hit a double? But that's 100%. It's a true thing. Luis Ariz, not a commercial break guy. I want to see him hit. Manny, want to see him hit. When Merrill and Tatis are healthy, this lineup is full of guys who you want to see hit. When you have that, that's a fun team. That's a fun team, man. And I think we underestimate Luis Ariz a lot. It was his birthday today. And that guy is just so special, man. Like the energy he brings, and there's just a bunch of there's just a bunch of dudes on this team. This team rocks. And obviously, it's not going to be a perfect world. We're not going to win 162 games. But 10-3 going into the first or second off day of the season, I signed that shit up for me all day. Petco's going to be rocking on Friday. Rocking. Playing the Rockies after Beer Fest. A couple fucking cervezas. Hopefully our boy Bush gets to start against Kyle Hart. Hopefully Bush hits 2 nukes and we win 10-2. That being said, predictions for the Rockies series before I talk to you on Sunday.
Predictions. All right, I'll give you a few here. I don't think we see one of either Tatis or Crone this weekend. I don't think one of them will see play. My gut is leaning towards Tatis.
Same.
So I think one of those guys will not play. I think we go 2-1. And I think like the loss we have is just some fluke ass loss. I think see who has a big weekend this week. I think Xander stays hot. I think he hits his first homer of the year this weekend. And I also think Oscar Gonzalez takes Kyle Freeland off the Western Medal on Sunday. So 2-1, couple big performances by the boys, and I don't think we see Tatis play.
I mean, obviously, I hope Tatis plays, but I think those are all pretty legit predictions. I think Friday night is the biggest night of Kyle Hart's life. Because if Kyle Hart can give us 5 innings and look like a real major league pitcher, he'll be all right. He'll get some more. Hey, Kyle, I'm rooting for you, bro. I saw fucking that loser John Boy made a video cooking him, being like, this is the worst inning I've ever seen. I'm like, come on, man. It's fucking, we won the game. Kyle Hart, I'm rooting for you Friday, Papa. That being said, got to throw strikes. Got to get out of the first inning. If Kyle Hart has a good start, great. So that's what I'm looking for on Friday. We're a better team than the Rockies. They've always had our number for some reason. Not as much at home as much as they do at Coors Field. Nick Pivetta Friday, Kyle Hart Saturday. My bad. So Nicky P, another home start. I will say I'm excited to watch Nicky P pitch again. I think he was a little cold when he pitched in Chicago. And even though it wasn't a great start, obviously walked in a run, he's going to be solid. And I would say predictions. Let me think. I like the Oscar Gonzalez home run prediction. I think Gavin Sheets is due for another homer if he gets starts. And I will say the Padres go 2-1 this weekend with wins on Friday and Sunday. And the Saturday game will actually be a close one, but Sean Bouchard hits a fucking go-ahead homer against us, and we're good. Nah.
Hey, if that's how the team loses the one game that we lose, I'm a happy camper because I want that our boy to keep getting those ABs. He's about to be up next inning, leadoff walk, or first AB walked.
So I'm gonna end the episode like this: pray for health, man. Health is wealth in your life, for the pods, everything like that. Never take health for granted. Because, you're watching a game and you fucking see Tatis tweak something and you think your entire life has just changed for that fucking not entire life, but as a baseball fan, you see your favorite player.
Your baseball fan, yeah. Your life as a fan of the Padres changes.
Yeah, I mean, bro, the people that are in this chat watch 3 hours of baseball a day. If you're watching the fucking DSG on a Friday or on a Wednesday at 6, you're probably a diehard fan.
Hey, I'm with you. I'm
not talking to fucking Joe Schmo on the street. So never take health for granted. Hopefully our team can stay healthy. Pitchers, players, Shilt Daddy, all our fans, all that stuff. Last but not least, when you go on a road trip, always go 500. We went 500 this road trip. Dubs. Win your games at home, you'll win a lot of games. Go 500. Don't lose it. Don't get swept. Try to win every series. We are through 13 games of the season. We're about, after this on Sunday, we will be 10% of the way done with the season. If we win 2 more games, we're in a fantastic spot. Go Pods, baby. Any last things, Means? Are we good?
All good. Later,
hey,
chat.
Like this chat up before you go. We got 122 people in here. If you don't like, if I don't see 122 likes, I know where you live. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Good shit, bro.